Those escape rooms, bro.
I would never want to be in an escape room with Bobby Lee.
I was like, bro, you know that there are cameras, right? They're still seeing us.
Were you guys shooting? I don't want to get right into this, but like, were you shooting Borderlands when I was shooting my movie like 2 years ago?
So I was shooting it 3 years.
3 years ago.
Yeah, it took us a long
in like Hungary,
time.
right?
Yes, Hungary. You know, back in those days where COVID really was.
You had the COVID
present.
restrictions.
Oh boy, that was tough. Actually, the fun part was because I was wearing the mask because the character has that mask.
Yeah.
I didn't have to wear those other masks, you know. I was pretty much safe.
So the second what does hair and makeup look like for that? Do they come in and does someone put the mask on you, or do they just give it to you and you put it on?
Nah, it's a lot because my whole body was filled up with scars.
Oh yeah.
And to put all the prosthetics on the body, it takes like 2 hours, and they had to shave in scars in my head, stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you like that?
I mean, listen, if I have to become a character, I do whatever it takes. Do I like it? Not so much, you know. It's part of the process, you know.
I hate it. That's the one thing out of acting my takeaway.
Yeah.
Was I don't like I had to be covered in blood for my movie.
Yeah.
And blood's sticky.
Oh yeah.
And I have tactile issues. I'm a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
So I would start to melt down.
Yeah.
And the guy Robert, who we were just talking about, who played the villain in my movie, he had no problem with it. He was like, "This is what you do for the job." Oh, and I was like, maybe I'm not meant for the job.
Yeah, I never had problems with blood or anything like that. But it's just the process when it takes so long. Usually my other roles, I was pretty quick in the makeup chair.
Really?
And this one was tough because of all the scars that had to be put on my body. And then, you know, you move, you sweat, the scars get off.
Yeah.
You have to do it again. So it was a tough process, yeah. But the characters, you know, the character is very iconic.
As soon as I saw Leanne when we watched the movie last night in Vegas.
Yeah, your wife told me.
Yeah, and
they gave you like a 4-hour window.
They give you it's a hot movie, dude.
I know.
It's a fucking huge. It's going to be a huge movie.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why it's going to be a huge movie, because they sent the screener.
Yeah.
No one does that. If they don't like the movie, if they're not sure of the movie, they won't send it to people.
Listen, even to us, we live in Munich. You know, me and my brother, we live in Munich, and they send it to Munich, which never happened before.
Really?
You know, we did Marvel, we did some other stuff. You know, with the Creed stuff. They never send anything over.
Even Creed?
Yeah, no. I had to be in New York to watch it. Yeah, with Michael back then. But
holy shit!
This one, they were like super relaxed. They were like, "Where are you guys?" We send it over per email. I had like a 1 week window, so I was watching it once. Then I was watching it with my friends. Then I was watching it again.
There's not much to say about the movie. People have to go see it. Everyone's going to see it. It's kind of weird to be able to do an interview with you, because it is going to be probably the biggest movie of the summer. Or when does it come out?
It comes out in a week. August 9th.
It's so fucking, but your character comes out so hot. You got to love show. I mean, what does it feel like to see yourself show up in a movie? And I mean, because what does that feel like for you?
Yeah, there are no words to describe that. You know, when I was younger, I was hoping for that, and like you say, it's kind of a dream that is not really tangible. Like, it seems very unrealistic. And you dream about it, but when it actually happens, it turns your world upside down. It's more than just happiness, you know. You're proud, all those years, and I'm sure you went through that as well, right? Till you get to that point of success, you have to sacrifice a lot. It's never like you get something without giving something back. Like, there's always something in return, right? Mm-hmm. Something in exchange. And we have to sacrifice a lot to get to that point. Also, the competition is very hard. Once you make it, once all those years of setbacks and maybe failures come to fruition to that one point where you see yourself on the big screen, it's the best feeling ever. It's the best feeling, and you share it with your family, and you see that sparkle in the eyes of your family as well, because they're proud of you. It's nothing better than that, honestly.
You're bringing up a lot of emotions. I'm ready for a cocktail.
Let's go. Me
it's
too.
So funny. That's very accurate.
Yeah.
That there's one thing that happens for you to feel it, but to share it with your family.
Because family is close to you, they love you, and they share this journey with you. And they obviously want to see you succeed. And, when it comes to direct family, like parents and like my brother, they kind of have that anxiety that something doesn't turn out the way I want to, and then I wasted all my years for that one dream that never came to fruition.
Yeah.
And they're very afraid of that because they love me. So I think to them, it means even more, just because the anxiety is just higher for them, because I believed in myself all the time, and I cannot prove it, but I knew that it will happen, but I had no proof for that.
Yeah.
And I can tell, my brother or my parents, it will happen, but there's no actual proof, that I can assure you it will happen. And that's where, the anxiety comes from the family.
Take people through your story, because I know a little bit, like,
yes,
you weren't just a movie star yesterday. You're from Germany.
Yep.
Parents are Hungarian? Romanian.
Yes. I was born and raised in Germany. Parents and, my heritage is from Romania.
Where in Germany?
Munich.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was Baden-Baden.
Yeah.
My family.
Your wife told me that.
Yeah, my family's from Baden-Baden.
Yeah, she told me that. Yeah.
I'm fucking. What are we waiting for? Bring those cocktails over. I love Germany more than any fucking place
Munich.
in the
We
world.
have the infamous Oktoberfest. You have to come.
I'm taking 9 months off, and I have time for that. I love.
That's an invitation right here.
We went. What's the Hofbrauhaus?
Yeah, of course.
We went to Hofbrauhaus when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and I've never had more fun in a city instantly. Hey guys, I don't know. Just bring them over. We're cool with them bringing over.
Cool.
Sorry. I have never had more fun in a city. The mustards in Germany, the pretzels in Germany, the everything in Germany, just for me, is the best in the fucking world.
I know.
I feel like, it's weird because my family is German. And so cheers, brother. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
Fucking pleasure.
Thanks for having me here.
I wonder if it's in your DNA. My father, I'm going to fuck this up. My grandfather was in World War II. And when he went into Germany, he ran into family. It was when they were, doing whatever, you know, he saw his cousins. So my family is direct to
by coincidence?
Yeah.
Or
by coincidence.
Okay.
Was going in to, whatever was exonerate or whatever, they go in, when American soldiers went into Germany, he ran into his cousins. That's wild, right?
That's insane.
It's so wild. But that's how close we were to Germany. It was that my grandfather was like a generation removed.
Yeah.
And I when I went to Germany for the first time, and I went to a place called what was the town I went to?
Was it close to Baden-Baden?
It was not. I think it was close to Munich. It was a little town, Würzburg.
That's the place where I was born.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Würzburg is like the most beautiful fucking city. It's almost like medieval.
Yeah. I know. It's part of Bavaria. It's kind of in the north of Bavaria. And Munich is the capital of Bavaria.
Yeah.
But I was born there. So
do you have a Bavarian accent?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I mean, we can pull it off every day.
What is the difference in German accents?
The Bavarian accent is more like Arnold's accent, the Austrian accent.
Really?
It's more like they sing the words, and then the other accents are more rough and more just tougher to understand.
Really?
Yeah. I think the Bavarian, and I think I'm objective with this, it sounds the best. It has the best sound to it.
Really?
The way Arnold talks, it always has some sympathy to it.
What's the best? I mean, a German accent in a chick is hot.
Okay, let me do something here. So I give you a word and you try to pronounce it, to say it, right?
Uh-huh.
In Bavarian.
Okay.
So it's a German word, but in the Bavarian accent. Ohrkatzelschworf.
I can't even do that in English. Kaiserschroff.
Katzel. Schwarf. That's it.
Kaiserschroff.
That's it.
That's a fucking...
Yeah,
so there's more like, there's more dance in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you recognize my wife's accent? My wife's got a Southern accent.
See, I couldn't.
Really? Oh, it's like, it sounds like she shouldn't know how to read.
Oh, okay.
Like she should be selling you methamphetamines.
Yeah.
But she can. I mean, my wife's got to say, I love my wife's accent. I love a good accent, but a German accent.
But she speaks very clear.
Yeah.
Same as you do.
Mm.
You know, I understand every word. Let's put it like that.
Wait till she starts drinking. So, but yeah,
well, how was Vegas? How was the Sphere? Because I heard so many good things about it. I'm a huge fight fan too. I know the UFC is pulling something up there.
Yeah.
And everyone is telling me so. It's fantastic. It's crazy.
It is. I have two perspectives. I have one as a performer. Well, as a performer, I played in every big venue there is, probably in the United States, definitely.
Yeah.
It is the greatest venue I've ever been to as a fan. I mean, when you perform in some of these places, I've been to all these places. It's the greatest venue I've ever been to because, like, I'd say arguably one of the best venues is Red Rocks in Colorado. Last night spoiler alert, if you're going to go to the Sphere to see the Dead, do not listen to what I'm saying right now. and they change it up every show, but they take you to Red Rocks. Oh, wow. And I'll tell you, it fucking looks like fucking Red Rocks. There's no difference in that and Red Rocks.
Like the visuals.
It's so clear. The show is so moving that I cried 5 times. I was sobbing, crying.
Yeah.
All right. I get very emotional. Yeah. I sat next to an investment banker, I think, last night. Yeah. And he was just like blown away by how emotional I got. But it's so, you don't need to do drugs. I understand that drugs would make it so much more fun.
Yeah.
But I was with my girls and I didn't do any drugs. I just had a few cocktails and it was amazing. I will say the Grateful Dead, that John Mayer, Bob Weir, O'Teal, everyone that's with Dead and Company, that was the best show I've ever seen out of any band in my entire life. They played the perfect show for anyone who's a Dead fan. They played all the deep cuts. They played the casual songs. They played a mode like they homage. What is the word? Homage to Jerry, because yesterday was Jerry's birthday, and it was such a great. Like as a Dead fan, they played Franklin's Tower. They played China Cat Sunflower. They played. I mean, and what's even better is they played like Truckin', which you don't expect. They played Sympathy for the Devil. They played fucking. I mean, it was such a goddamn great show that I honestly think.
I mean, it comes through right when you're telling it. It's crazy. Yeah.
There is a moment. I mean, look, I'm a simple guy. I really am. I'm not that intelligent. I mean that for like, I hate to say this, but it's like why a movie like yours connects with me so well is like Hollywood makes movies for regular people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch fucking, I was about to say Weekend at Bernie's. That's not it. Conversations with Andre, right? I don't even know what that is, but I'm not going to watch it, right? But when I watched your movie, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like that's right. Yeah. I'm a fuck yeah kind of guy.
Yeah.
When they show you there's a moment at the Sphere when they take you to San Francisco, it is possibly one of the most moving things I've ever seen in my entire life. And wow. That is where my brain lies. Now, how Dana is going to do UFC there, I do not know. I mean, I have ideas of how it can be represented, but it's just such a fucking crazy experience.
Again, I just have seen videos so far of people joining a concert.
Yeah.
And it looked incredible. And it just came through what I've seen on the video. And I'm sure it's different, when you're there in person. But that's definitely on my list,
What music do you like? Rammstein?
I would listen to some Rammstein if I have to, if I needed to, yeah. But
Rammstein's fucking badass.
yeah, for sure.
Especially back in my Coke days.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck yeah. Dude, fuck yeah. Germany is one of those places. I did ecstasy in Germany and had one of the went to a club, I think in Munich.
Yes.
Had one of the craziest fucking nights of my life.
Oh, I believe that.
I actually stopped smoking that night.
Okay.
I actually stopped that night I stopped smoking. Yeah, it's odd. They played Love Cats by The Cure at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I never heard it. And I don't want to be young again. How old are you? 35?
33.
33. God, you
got some years in front of me.
You have so many years in front of you.
Still have so
wait,
much
when did you? So let's go back through your story because I apologize. I cut you off. Born in Würzburg, moved to Munich. Parents are Romanian.
Yep.
And like normal childhood or like because you're a big dude, I would imagine sports immediately.
Yeah, I was just a very thin kid.
Really?
Growing up, yeah. The size came afterwards, during the years. But I was very lucky that, my father, he was also a boxer. He trained a lot and I was seeing it with him every single day. And since my father is my best friend, I wanted to be like him. And then eventually, he took me in, started to train me. And then this whole sports or boxing thing, that's how it came together. And then, my parents, I think I was 17 and they decided to be like, you know what, we want to go back to Romania, And not that they hated Germany or anything, but they just wanted to be, reunited with the other parts of their family. Mm-hmm. And it's always something different. I was born and raised in Germany. So Germany is part of my home, right? For them, they came to a different country. So the country they left, I feel like will always kind of feel more like home than the new country they made.
Have you been back? Have you been to Romania?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Every year.
What's Romania like?
It's a little bit more simple.
I think everyone hears Romania and they hear, like that's like I don't know. Like, is that Romania that I'm thinking of? Yeah. That's what
I think so, yeah.
But like,
we have Dracula.
Yeah,
everyone knows that. Yeah.
He's a real dude.
Oh, absolutely. And he was a real person.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild?
A real emperor, yep.
What's it like to be a German kid going? Did you go to Romania at 17?
I mean, every year I went to Romania back. And me and my parents, we speak Romanian. Yeah. But then, with friends and everyone else, I speak German. So.
But what I would imagine Romania's got a little bit of a small town feel, whereas Germany seems like the big city.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of people keep telling me that even, from Romania. I think the reason, why I was able to be on this journey was because I was born and raised in Germany. And Germany gave me a lot of opportunities, a lot more opportunities than Romania could have given me.
Really?
And that starts with, education and just having a better foundation in speaking English, Mm-hmm. I feel like language is the number one key to open doors. If I couldn't speak your language, we couldn't have this conversation here right now.
You speak it very well.
I'm trying my best here.
I'm actually really impressed. I have people that speak English on my podcast that don't talk as well as you. Bobby Lee is not.
Love him. He's a Borderlands too.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
What a dude.
I want to go through the whole cast.
Yeah.
I want to go through the whole cast, but I want to get there.
Yeah, yes.
Because Kate Blanchett is a bad motherfucker.
Oh,
God damn it, she is sexy. She is so fucking sexy.
She is.
She is so fucking sexy. I know. We'll save all that.
Yes.
And then we'll trash Kevin.
We'll build it up.
So at 17, your parents want to move back to Romania?
Yeah, because I feel like they had a feeling, okay, they did a good job, with us. They felt like we are independent enough. They also wanted to teach us something. I only got to know that in hindsight, in retro perspective. Retrospect.
Hindsight.
Yeah.
2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they kind of wanted to teach us a lesson too, to become more independent and to kind of find our own way, our own journey, without them pushing us too much into one direction. Because my parents, my father is a doctor,
dermatologist.
Dermatologist, yes.
I can't believe I fucking remembered that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Good job.
No, yeah, I was like, I fucking love dermatologists.
Yeah.
I could totally be a derm. You ever follow Dr. Pimple Popper?
No.
I would have loved to have a dermatologist dad.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Love that. I would have
Definitely.
real quick, cut off these skin tags and I'm going to bed.
But yeah, and you know, his father was one too. And I feel like it was kind of a perception of me stepping into those footsteps. I just was not a good student, man. I just wasn't.
Fuck.
You know, I just couldn't listen and learn.
I wish people could understand that the way your dad was drawn to medicine.
Yeah.
That there are people like us that aren't drawn to shit like that.
Exactly.
And our shit, the thing that I'm drawn to, like I'm a smart dude in my field.
Yes.
But I was never smart in class.
But that's why I was so thankful for the parents that I have, because I know I've seen it with my own eyes that other parents from other friends were very pushy when it comes to a certain direction. And they kind of realized, you know, when I was 16, 17, okay, this is not his way. We give him his freedom to found his way instead of trying to push him into a direction they wanted me to go.
That's kind of cool.
And listen, if we're talking about luck, right? And everyone needs a little bit of luck when it comes to your journey.
But y'all spend 1 hour talking about luck.
Yeah, I swear.
The luckiest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But if I think back, the biggest luck that I had was having those parents, because they knew exactly how to push the right buttons with me. And, you know, especially when I was 16, 17, and I started to get into this rebellion phase where I thought the world is against me and I had to take on everyone.
Yeah.
And no one is cheering for me, and not even my parents. Nobody understands me. And I think we all go through that phase. They just let me have it. You know, they were just, okay, he's going through that. And we kind of try to navigate him in the way we think is right, the way we think we know him and what works for him. And to have such understanding parents who were supporting me with everything, I think that was my biggest luck so far, or in life in general, because that built the foundation of what I have right now. You know, that's the foundation of us talking right now. So yeah.
What you said that I can't get past, and I'm listening, I'm watching this. You probably don't know who he is. Pete Rose, he's a baseball player.
See, I'm good with sports.
Yeah,
I'm not good with baseball.
Yeah, Pete Rose.
Still have to learn a lot here. Yeah.
Pete Rose was the guy. But what's interesting, you said something. You said, you know,
what team did he play for?
Played for the Reds and for the Phillies.
Gotcha.
And then he got kicked out of baseball forever for gambling on baseball.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm starting a grassroots foundation with me, Shane Gillis, and Big Cat, two of my buddies, to get him reinstated into baseball so we can get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay,
and I'm taking that. That's my hill I'm going to die on. The truth is, sports are fucking great. Sports are great.
Yes.
And people are great at sports should be put in the Hall of Fame. He did horrible things. You know, gambling on baseball is like the number one thing, and it's so you can. But my point being, the reason I felt this way, he said in the documentary, he said, my dad was my best friend. I looked up to my dad. I don't think my kids feel that way, but so many people don't look at their dads the way I look at my dad. My dad's my hero. My dad's my hero. I love my dad.
But I also think you don't really know how much your kids really love you. I think it's very hard to be vocal about it. And I just see it from my perspective. It took me a very long time to actually be vocal about it and really tell my dad how I feel about him.
Really?
Even though I always felt like that. So that could be also, you know, with your kids. Sometimes, I don't know why it's so weird, but sometimes it's the hardest to say I love you to the people that we love the most. It's a weird thing. You know?
I had the kind of dad for a long time. I was telling my wife this on the plane today, maybe before we got on the plane. My dad's old school. Like, he's an old school man.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
And at times I would say, I love you to my dad. And he'd go, okay. But it's so interesting when you say that. It's got to be wild You know, Bill Cosby once said, bad example, I wish it wasn't him, but he said, he said, I have a hard time raising my kids. And someone said, why? And he goes, well, I never knew rich kids growing up. And I got rich kids.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't really relate to rich kids that well.
So see, there's a question that pops up in my head right away. So you have done phenomenal things now in your career. And obviously you created this life that your children now benefit from.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't have this. So that's a thin line, right? In educating them that this comes from a very genuine place with a lot of sacrifices, a lot of hard work that they didn't have to put in. You know what I mean?
We went to the Sphere. This is a humble brag, and I felt this a few times. So, based on my career, if I go to a venue, a lot of times I have worked either with that venue or with the promoter of that venue. And so I have a little different access in that I go and I park backstage where the tour buses are, and I would go through the back entrance. And often, as is last night, some of the artists will want to say hi. And so before the show, John Mayer, we went backstage to see John Mayer and talk to John Mayer for a minute before the show. We stayed in, I'm sharing it all, and I know that this is whatever, I don't care. This is real. We stayed in the chairman's box last night, in the suite, the chairman's suite. Now that, for me, is really precious. I think that's the coolest fucking thing in the world. Because so many times in my life, I just bought tickets to a concert, stood in line, went through security, stood in line for beers, sat in the nosebleed, and watched Modest Mouse or Wilco or whoever. My whole life, that was my whole life.
Yes.
And now I'm in a place when I go to Red Rocks to see Goose or see Wilco or see Jimmy Buffett or go to any venue, it's different. You go into the back way.
Yeah.
In a weird way, I kept saying to my daughters, I wish you could appreciate how amazing this is. Because you're young and you've only experienced, they've only started going to concerts, like Bruno Mars, I think was their first concert, and it was all the same type of access. And we're going to the Sphere and we park behind the Sphere and we walk in the back door. And then a security lady takes us to the suite, and then someone grabs us and we go hang out with John Mayer. And then we're sitting in the show watching John Mayer, one of the most prolific guitarists of our generation, play.
Yep.
And I kept saying to my daughter, Isla, we just met him.
Yeah.
Can you believe that we just talked to that guy?
Yes.
Can you believe we just talked to that guy?
Yeah.
And she's looking at me like I'm a fucking lunatic, but my reaction is the real one.
Yes.
And I wish I could impart on them just how amazing, because I know they don't last forever. There will be a time where I call up and the Sphere's like, listen, we're all packed. I'm so sorry. It was great. I have fun at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club next week. But I know how precious these moments are.
Yeah.
And I want my daughters it's like giving Christmas gifts to rich kids.
I know.
Sometimes they just want to see what's in the next one.
Yes.
Not that my daughters weren't appreciative, but I will definitely say that like I couldn't explain to them how cool John Mayer was. I think they'll never understand that this is a man that's doing a residency at the Sphere. He's got celebrities coming in all the time. He just flew in that day. He broke his finger, and he's taking 45 minutes out of his day to sit with us in his green room before his show and talk. How amazing that is. How O'Teal yells at me from his dressing room. He's the bassist. Like, these are such crazy, privileged experiences I wildly appreciate.
But see, I think we appreciate it more because we didn't jump over the journey to get there. Your kids, and in this case, are privileged to jump over that way to get from A to B because of you.
Yeah.
But you had to go all the way to get to this point of experiencing that, and that's why it's more
my favorite
precious.
band in the world is a band called Goose. They're going to my daughter's college town.
Yeah.
They're on one of their tours. She casually said, we should go. Now I'm going. Yeah. I so badly might just go with my wife and then have her buy fucking general admission tickets and let her know what the experience is like, and get a text from her going like, yo, can we come backstage? I mean, it's just such a, and I this is an American statement, but as as children of what I would assume in our country we would call immigrants, like Hungarian parents, Romanian parents in a different country, you have to feel a little bit of like an outsider, a little bit, right?
Yeah, just because, or especially because my parents were someone in Romania. It was not like they fled the country, because we had communism back in those days in the 80s. And they decided to not have children in a country with a regime like that. So they wanted to build up something else in a different country. But my parents were respected people in Romania. It was not like they didn't have anything. They had everything. But they still made that decision to leave because of me, of us, of their children they didn't have yet. And once you process that, once you realize that as their kid, it makes you just so much more appreciative of what they did for you. They did already a lot, but to give up everything and start something completely new, without friends, without context, without knowing the language, without being respected in their professions that they had, it's just I don't know. It's something. If I don't pay dues, if I don't pay duty to that, and if I don't respect that, what kind of man am I? They paved the way.
You're so old school. I love.
Yeah, I know.
I love that. I love that shit. We think we're taking care of our kids by enrolling them in after-school lessons or buying them birthday presents or fancy trips, Christmas. Oh my gosh! But another important way to take care of them is with term life insurance policy. For you, in case the unexpected happens and you're not around anymore, that's where Fabric comes in. Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done right here, right now. You can be covered right from your couch within under 10 minutes with no health exam required. If you've got kids, especially if you're young and healthy, now is the time to lock in the low rates right now. Even if you have life insurance through your employer, it may not offer enough protection for your family, and it may not follow you if you leave your job. Fabric has flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. It's all online and on your schedule, so apply when it's convenient to you. There's absolutely no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and if you can cancel at any time. Listen, I got my life insurance, my first set of life insurance, when I was 32. Thank God. I've got it again. I've re-upped it. I've re-upped it a couple times. This is such a no-brainer. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just a few minutes at meetfabric.com/Bertcast. That's meetfabric.com/Bertcast. MEET fabric.com/Bertcast. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. This show is sponsored by Helix. The Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including their award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections, the Helix Plus, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and the Helix Kids mattress, designed for growing bodies and endorsed by child sleep experts. So how will you know which Helix mattress works best for you and your body? Very simple. You take the Helix sleep quiz and you find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. And then your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Plus, Helix mattresses all come with a 10 or 15-year warranty, depending on the model. I am sleeping better than I've ever slept. I had shoulder pain and side pain, and I was so nervous. My back was hurting. And it was all because the mattress we were sleeping on when we were on vacation was not my mattress. By the way, we just upgraded our mattress at home with the new Helix, the newer Helix. We just upgraded it, and this thing sleeps amazing. We moved it over to another bedroom, the other one. Sometimes I go over there and take a nap. These mattresses are next level because they are shipped. They're made for your body and shipped to your door. And you can set up. I set mine up in shorter than it took to take the sleep quiz. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Bert. That's helixsleep.com/Bert. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. How old are your parents?
So my father is 79.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're older. They waited till they got children. Yeah.
So your parents left Romania in probably 85?
I think 86, yeah.
86?
85, 86, that could be it.
Nadia Comaneci was like the hero from Romania, right? Is it? Pull up Romania. Who are the Romanian heroes?
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious because when we were kids,
yeah,
I get probably closer in your dad's age than to you. No, maybe not. But I remember the Cold War times, and I remember Romanian gymnasts were the motherfucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
Nadia Comaneci was the first person to get a perfect 10.
Of course, in sports, we had good tennis players. We had what you call soccer. George Hagi was a great player. We had, of course, Vlad Cepes, who's known as Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny? There was football. You know, you see football there. It's over gymnastics. And my father's name is Dorinel Munteanu. And that's the same name of the record player for Romania as well. It's the exact same name.
Really?
Yeah, just because I see it over there, yeah.
Nadia Elena Comaneci Connor is a Romanian retired gymnast, 5-time Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
In all individual events. At the age of 14, she was the first gymnast to be awarded a perfect score of 10 at the Olympic Games. Can I tell you, I think that was in 77. I think it was in 77. I was 5, and I remember the Olympics are going on right now.
I know.
And they were so big when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting back there. I feel like there was a time where they slipped.
I think the interest is coming back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so wild. And your dad boxed?
My dad did boxing and actually track. He was running 100 meters as well. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
But your dad boxed when you boxing was like, it wasn't like a thing. Like, I mean, it was actually, I take that back. It was a thing then too. Now, I think people get into mixed martial arts because it's sexy and it's cool and it's
more
a way to lose weight.
entertaining.
And,
Yes.
and it's so popular. But then it was like how to be a man.
Yes.
Like how to defend yourself.
For sure. I mean, I can clearly remember how my dad was waking me up in the morning because the big fights were always in America.
Yeah.
Right. And it doesn't matter if it was, the Tyson fights, Holyfield. But we even, my favorite, the favorite fighter of my father was Roy Jones.
Really?
So I grew up with watching Roy Jones and, looking at him and the things he was doing. It felt like, he was the first true superhero that I witnessed. And because the fights were in America, he always woke me up at like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning and just was watching it with me.
Really?
Yeah. My mom had no idea that he was waking me up or anything like that.
Shut up.
Yeah. Also because she didn't want me to kind of make my way into boxing. She was like, it's too brutal. He maybe takes a different route than let's, let him focus on school. But like I told you before, I wanted to be like my dad all the time. And because he was waking me up and I saw him how enthusiastic he got when he was watching those fights, I was like, okay, I know how to make him proud. I know I found a way how to get that same feeling out of him through me. So my goal was always to make him proud. And actually, I wanted my father to look at me with the same eyes he was watching those fights, and that kind of
put that on
got
a
the
fucking
foundation.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's so fucking. It's a crazy conversation we're having. I wanted always to make my dad proud, and my
Always.
dad, I think he's very proud of me. He's proud of my accomplishments. And I mean this with love, but I don't think my dad understands what I do.
Same.
He doesn't get it.
Yes.
And so there's a part of him that, there's like, where he's like, I mean, even I said this to my wife. He saw my special taping. He came down, I shot like 6 shows in St. Petersburg. And I'm flying home.
How old is your dad?
Same as your dad. Twice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
75, 76.
Wow, even younger maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
And what kind of shape is your dad in?
It's kind of slowing down right now a little bit.
My dad too.
Yes. But I would say it's still very decent. He's still trying to work out, at least 2-3 times a day. Yep. But yeah, I think it's the natural process of kind of, descending a little bit.
Yeah. My dad just, when we were in Tampa, I told him, I said, I lost a lot of weight and I just started getting very healthy, meaning not today, but just started like working out like crazy, like probably the strongest I've ever been, probably the best shape I've ever been in, without a doubt, more command over my body than I've ever had. And my dad was like, I'm done, and I was like, no, you can start over. You can like start working out. He goes, I don't have 6 months to get in shape. I said, if you do it for 20 days, you'll feel the difference. My dad's been working out 23 days in a row since I saw him. And he is every day. He's like, this is the best fucking thing I've ever done. Yeah. But it's crazy. It does creep up on you. I'm wondering the day I notice it, because I don't notice it yet. Yeah. But there'll be a day, I'm sure within the next 10 years, where I start going like, fuck.
I know. We had I think it was last month. I moved into a house last year, and I have my own gym now in the basement. We're
in Germany or in LA?
In Germany, yeah. And since then, of course, he's staying with me, training there as well.
Really?
And then he had there was like a moment like a month ago, like a moment where I was coming down, I was waking up in the morning, and usually then I start my meditation, then I start to train, and he was already at the table, and I felt his energy, like he was a little bit de-spirited. Tried to to ask him, hey, what's wrong? What's up? And it took him a little bit to, be honest about it, but he was like, man, I'm looking in the mirror. I don't have that shape anymore, that I used to have. I'm getting emotional right now because it's just, him realizing this process of descending. And it makes you realize, okay, we have a limited time here. Sorry, I'm breaking up now, but we have a limited time. And maybe it's even harder, for your parents to kind of deal with that in a way, because we, at some point, will come to that point as well. But I'm happy, to have those training sessions with him, still have it with him. And, I know to push his buttons. I know to joke around with him, to lift him up in a second. And, I told him, hey, listen, look at me, look the way I look and what I achieved. Could not have done it without you. And it's the same thing right now. Don't let go of it. You're still motivating me. If you come down with me to the gym right now, no matter what your shape is, no matter how you feel, but it makes me stronger, And that's a purpose alone. Like, give me that strength. You strengthen me. So I always try to uplift him in a way, and I know it's hard for him as well, because he has always been a strong man, and with age, that's the natural process, right, of declining. So you have to find ways as his son to uplift him in a way that he still finds that purpose in his life. But yeah, I just wanted to share that now because it reminded me of that story.
No, that I have so many thoughts. I'm the worst at listening to stories. Yeah, I have so many thoughts. My first set of questions is like, "What's your gym look like?" And then, but then I go, "How lucky? Not how lucky. There's no luck involved in it. That your dad got two sons like you guys. Yeah, because he did it. He did it. Yes, he's reaping the rewards. He's sowing what the field he planted. He's getting to hang out with the coolest dudes in the world because he made them. Yeah." I'm very lucky. My daughters are fucking hysterical. And also he was very diverse. I'm the athletic, the stronger one, and he's the smart one. So he has two guys in two fields. You guys have great fucking hair. You guys gotta love your hair. Yeah, we do. You have great fucking hair. We got lucky in that field. Yeah. God. I mean, I had a shaved head for Borderlands, but now, since I don't have to do it, letting it grow out. And so tell everyone, I'm curious to know your journey from athlete to actor. Yes. Because that's fascinating to me. You were a boxer. Yes. And in America, I only know a couple. I mean, I know a lot of boxers. I know a lot of fighters. But there are a lot of athletes who made the transition. Not a lot, but a couple of athletes
who made the transition to acting?
Not a lot. In all honesty, not a lot. Not as much as you'd think. And I know a couple. But it's a very tough transition. What's interesting is I usually find them to be more dedicated as actors than anyone.
Yeah.
Because they're going, oh, I've been on the other side of this. I either get the shit kicked out of me or it's this, and this is a lot easier.
Yeah.
I only have one story I have to share with you about, which is I told my assistant, I was like, I'm going to have to tell the story. So the guy, Robert, who played the villain in my movie, German, was a kickboxer, MMA fighter. He was an MMA fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think fought in the one Bosch Rutten fought in, the whatever that was. I forget.
The organization?
Yeah, the same organization. What? I think it was Glory. Would we pull up Robert so I can give him a shout out?
Boss was like fighting in those old days, like Pride and shit. Yeah.
I think he fought in Pride.
Yeah.
He
was like in Japan.
And so
those were the crazy fights.
Robert Mazer. And so he fought in Pride. And so we had a fight scene, and in the fight scene, I had to tackle him down a flight of stairs, and I blew out my tricep. And I ripped all the tendons off, and my tricep retracted. And so we still had a fight scene to shoot. That was the very beginning of the day.
Were you blowing it off because you were hitting nothing? You were
No. I'd fallen I'd done one of my own stunts, and I'd fallen, and that's when I fucked my arm up for real. And then in tackling him, I felt it pop, and that's when everything popped out.
So with the contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we still had a fight scene to do, and in a fight scene, as I know you know, it's about pulling your punch, and your pulling your punch is as important as throwing the punch. And I couldn't pull the punch anymore.
It's about not hitting people.
Yeah. And because I couldn't bring my arm back, I couldn't stop it because I didn't have a tricep.
Yeah.
And this guy, Robert, said, don't worry, just hit me. And I was like, I go, buddy, I mean, I'm 245 pounds. I don't want to hurt you. And he goes, you're not going to hurt me. He goes, as a matter of fact, hit me as hard as you can, and I think I'll be fine.
So funny.
So I beat the fucking shit out of him for our fight scene, which is pretty legit because it's just me punching him.
Yeah.
It's me hitting him.
Yeah.
And the next day, his whole fucking rib cage was all black and blue and cut from my wedding ring that I have on.
Yeah.
Because it was all in my left hand. But I thought that was so. But what's cool is working with a fighter is so different than actors in that there's a sense of real commitment to there's an appreciation for the opportunity, if that makes sense.
But that story reminded me of, when I shot Creed 2.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of scenes with Michael B.
By the way, I'll take another Porosos and soda, please. If anyone listening downstairs, can you text them?
I also take another one.
Yeah. Did you like the vodka?
Yeah.
It's my
really
vodka.
Good. Really good. It's your own vodka.
I own it, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. I'm
a vodka drinker.
Are you really?
Yeah. I love vodka.
Wait, how long are you in LA for?
I mean, till the 6th or 7th, I think.
You have to come to our party. We have a party Saturday night.
Let's go.
It's tomorrow night.
It's done.
Tomorrow night, me and Tommy are throwing a party in Hollywood. And let me give you a bunch of bottles of vodka to take back with you because it's the best vodka you're ever going to have.
I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you like it.
Honestly.
You were telling me.
I wouldn't take another one if I didn't like it.
Can you make sure that that's happening, Christine, please? Because I know that no one's listening to us downstairs. Everyone's got their goddamn headsets on Instagram, checking their own fucking profiles, thinking, how do I make my life better instead of Bert's? Isn't that right, Peter? So, but
yeah, what I wanted to say is, and we had those, the tons of boxing scenes, and I told Michael in that time as well, hit me for real, because I wanted to deliver those real emotions, and I knew that he couldn't hurt me in a way that I couldn't continue shooting anymore. I just wanted to feel the pain, and he punches hard, but I'm used to it. And that reminded me of that story because I told him the same thing, like, hit me for real so I can sell those emotions.
So Michael B. Jordan
the right way. Yes.
Plays Apollo.
Adonis.
The son of Apollo.
Yep.
How good of a boxer is he if he was to compete in boxing?
Well, he's a very good athlete.
Yeah.
So he adapts really really good in every way you can think of. And when it comes to boxing, he put the energy in, he put the work in. So I remember coming to set on Creed 2, I had my doubts as well.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, okay, he's an actor, he's looking good. Can he really box? But man, if you see him on the heavy bag, if you see him
one as well.
Thank you.
If you see him on the heavy bag,
the shadow boxing, the skipping rope, everything that a boxer does.
Yeah.
It's top notch.
Really?
Yeah. So if you ask me, could he compete? My answer is yes, because there are a lot of worse boxers than him, especially, but he could beat them. Yeah.
No, as a fighter,
yes.
Where did you see his flaws?
Ooh. Well, now it's getting personal here. So I would say I think he could improve his footwork.
Yeah.
And a lot of people underestimate that because your footwork kind of puts you into position, creates the angles for your punches. So if your footwork doesn't align with your upper body work, your punches will not be as crisp as they should be. Mm-hmm. So I would say his footwork, try to not be too flat-footed, try to be more on your toes.
Really?
But that's that's criticism on the highest level.
Yeah,
because he does everything.
It's something we wouldn't really notice, but when you're watching it, you're like, oh.
Exactly. But other than that, he has a very good head movement. He has a very, very good hand speed, and he carries decent power. And when I'm telling you, like when I told him punch me for real, it was not that I didn't respect his power. It was just because I wanted to feel the real pain.
Yeah.
In that moment, to deliver those emotions on screen.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Did your dad come to set for Creed 2?
He did.
What was your dad's critique? Did your dad have any notes on his box? Did your dad ever pull you aside and go, "Oh"?
I mean, he was just in awe, obviously. Then seeing Stallone, growing up with Rocky kind of is even more than inspired. Like he kind of, even though it's a fictional character, right? It means so much to the entire boxing world. Like those movies were giving hope to each and everyone who did boxing, and even beyond that, right? The message goes beyond boxing. It's about life in general. But I swear every boxer or everyone who just even has trained for a day in boxing has seen those Rocky movies. And what those Rocky movies mean to each individual is crazy. And my father was showing me those movies when I started to be like 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So I know how much Rocky and then, Stallone means to him. Then meeting him for the first time, we had Roy Jones on set. I told you Roy Jones was his favorite fighter.
Yeah.
Roy Jones was a commentator for the movie on set.
Wow.
Meeting Roy Jones. Oof. Again, that sparkle that my father had in his eyes when he saw all those people when he was on set, shaking Stallone's hand, being with Roy Jones, and Roy Jones telling him about how great his son is, blah 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 blah. Like he was praising me to him. I mean, those are moments that are priceless. That's what you work for.
Yeah.
You want money, you want to elevate, you want to climb up the ladder in your career. But those are the moments that really stick with you for your entire life. So I'm very, very thankful to be in that position to actually deliver those moments.
What was your first meeting with Stallone like? Stallone's a legend.
The first meetings I had with him were over Skype, over Zoom.
Yeah.
I think it was Skype back then.
Still pretty fucking awesome.
I know.
I mean, I got to tell you, like, I got a FaceTime from a celebrity one time.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Oof.
And it's FaceTime, but I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's still,
I know.
It's just as cool.
And I still feel like that. You know, coming into every project that I'm doing, even like Borderlands, and what we talked earlier, Kevin Hart, Cate Blanchett, Jamie Lee, all those superstars. And then you realize
Jamie Lee is what fucked it up for my wife. Did she tell you this already?
No.
Movie stars, Jamie Lee I'm not. Go see the movie.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you anything about the movie. My wife hears Jamie Lee Curtis's voice and goes, "Oh, I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking in. Oh, fuck yeah."
She's so great.
Yeah,
She's so great.
But go back to Stallone, and then we're gonna.
Yes.
I really want to deep dive the cast of Borderlands because it's such a fucking
I know.
crazy. It's such a crazy Stallone.
Yes, Stallone. So this whole acting thing came along way prior to Creed 2. And I think in 2013, I made the decision, okay, you know what? I want to try and be a part of this acting world. I think I could do it.
What made you think that?
Just because of the way I'm fighting, I knew that I have a good presence in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the looks. Movies are a lot about the looks. And I was just confident about myself, And till I haven't really tried it, I was like, nah, I think I can do it. Obviously, movies were a passion as well.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's combine, because in the end of the day, it's a big entertainment industry. You know, it's sports and movies and whatever comes along with it. It's a whole in itself, and that's why I was saying a lot of fighters try at least to make the transition, but there are a couple of people who made the transition from having a sports background and then coming to acting. Obviously, Arnold was a big inspiration. He was very close to Munich or where I was growing up.
Have you met Arnold?
Yes, his nephew is my lawyer.
Oh, really? His nephew is my lawyer.
Yes. So we have a connection. We're going to be on the Oktoberfest with him this year.
Really?
So maybe you want to join if you're in Munich.
I've met Arnold.
Yeah.
I worked out with Arnold.
Oh, nice.
I've never had a better experience with an individual. Let me rephrase that. There's a couple individuals that you meet that are legends.
Yes.
Where you want them to be the thing that you want them to be.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's and I say this to you. You
want them to meet your expectations, right?
It's now on your shoulders because kids will meet you.
Yeah.
And go, "Oh, shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
I mean, but Arnold delivered that. All I remember, and I think of this all the time. Look at those delts. They need to carve them out of clay. There needs to be a statue of this body right now. There's not enough clay in the world to make these delts. Look at these delts. I still, when I work out, I hear his, working out, this is so stupid.
That's a good take on Arnold.
With working out, there's a couple phrases you can hear in your life that stay with you every time you work out.
Yeah.
Right? There was a TV show called The Biggest Loser, and the guy's Bob was one of the trainers on Biggest Loser. He was happening to be my spin teacher, and he said one time, it was right before Thanksgiving. I just told someone this the other day. It was right before Thanksgiving, and we were all out of the saddle. And he said, "Everyone get out of the saddle. You got to stand up and ride. We're going to sprint for 5 minutes." And I was like, "Fuck that." And I sat down. It was right before Thanksgiving, and he said, "Get out of the fucking saddle." He goes, "When you go home this week for Thanksgiving, don't you want everyone that never wanted to fuck you in high school to say, 'I wish I had fucked them'?" And I went, "That's exactly why I'm working out." And I think of that all the time. I had a trainer named Lacey. I had a trainer named Lacey who said, "It's 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds. I love that phrase. I hear Arnold all the time. Hold it. This is where the gains come from. I hear Arnold in my head all the time. My trainer that I have right now, this guy Peter, said something. I was doing planks. We were doing planks for a minute, and I was at 30 seconds, and I was going to drop to a knee.
Yeah.
And he goes, and my trainer said, "The hard work is where the easy work shows up." Or I forget how he said it, but this hard work is where it pays off.
Yes.
This is how you see. This is where you gain.
When you feel the pain.
I love that shit.
When you have to push, yeah.
But Arnold is the fucking man.
And again, he felt so close to where I'm from. Austria, Munich. That's like basically, 2-hour drive or something. He has a heavy accent. He had no acting background. He comes from that sports environment. So of course I was looking up to him, and I knew because of someone like Arnold, it is possible. You have to work hard. Of course, it's not easy, but it is possible. So I took my inspiration from those kind of people, and that they made me actually believe more in myself.
But Stallone believed a lot in you.
Yes. So that audition came along. At that time, I was signed with a promotion in Romania to fight for. But I knew, or they did a lot of stuff in the entertainment world as well, and they tried to place their fighters in movies, mainly more domestically or, in Europe. But they also tried their ways in America. And then, of course, for Creed 2, they were casting an Eastern European heavyweight boxer.
Yeah, Ivan Drago's son.
Yes. And their search brought them to that organization as well. And when that audition landed on my table, and again, I was trying for years and years to find something, right, to place my foot into the industry. When that audition came along, I knew it. I knew this is me. This is it. So some auditions went back and forth, and they liked it. They kept on saying like, yeah, we want you to do more and more and more. And then at some point they were like, you know what? We like you a lot. Stallone wants to Skype with you. And I didn't believe them, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that sounds so crazy. Stallone what? Like, what are you talking about? But of course, I didn't ask any questions. But I'm honest with you, I didn't believe it. I was like, maybe some, people of his team, but he will not actually show up in front of the screen.
No.
When the time came, there was a woman showing up who was leading the whole conversation. And then she was like, okay, now she turned the camera and she was like, okay, now meet Mr. Stallone. And my heart sank into my pants and never came back since then. That was one of the most insane feelings I had in my entire life. Just because in that moment, for that split second or for those 5 seconds, I knew this shit is real. This is real now. And then I gathered my nerves together and I did what I had to do, to convince him.
There's a thing I just realized. I connect, this is going to sound wild, but I connect more with athletes than I do actors.
Yeah.
There's an athlete's mentality.
Yes.
That like, despite my physique or whatever, and I think anyone that listens to this knows I'm sneaky athletic. Like I'm a lot more athletic than you think.
Yeah.
When we started doing fight scenes, I got overly confident in my boxing. I mean, overly confident in like, it's so funny. You find your rhythm as a fighter of what you're good at. And one of the things I was good at was a left body shot, to
deliver
left.
Yes.
For whatever reason, I'm not a left-handed guy, but it's just that movement. And I really get athleticism. I understand that, but more importantly, the mentality of it, of this, like, there is an athletic mentality you have to have if you're going to play sports where you go, I'm the baddest motherfucker out there. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to shock people. I'm going to fucking change the world.
Yeah.
And when you translate that to, for me, comedy, I remember going into comedy, this is going to sound fucking horrible right now. But I remember going to comedy going like, so these guys all have an act of like, they're that guy. I was like, why wouldn't you be all the guys? Why wouldn't you be the guy why wouldn't you just be yourself on stage? I remember thinking that, seeing people change their personality on stage and going, and thinking in all honesty, I remember a guy pulled me aside and he said, can I tell you who should be on stage? And I remember saying, I will not listen to this person because I don't respect this person.
Yeah.
And I don't respect what they're doing. And I'm going to do something different. And I remember thinking, this person's way ahead of me right now, but one day I will be way ahead of them. I remember thinking that. I was 26 years old. I think there's an athlete's mentality. I think that's why I know for a fact that's why we love Joe the way we do.
Yes.
Joe is an athlete. He is a fucking comic.
Yes.
Second, he will always be an athlete first. Joe has athlete eyes. Have you met Joe before? Joe?
Not yet. But of course.
He's the guy.
Yes.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
he would be doing, I have to say this, he would be doing so much better of an interview with you than I would, because we would have never talked about anything. He would have stuck on Roy Jones the whole time, and he would have walked down fight
too,
by
right?
fight.
Yeah.
Joe's an athlete. He really is. Tommy is an athlete. He really is. I know everyone sees him physically and says, what a loser, and like, he's so fat, he's disabled, and like, people mock him. They mock him, his body, everything about Tom. His movements, he can't even jump. The poor guy can't jump, his leg explodes, his arm breaks in half. But Tom's an athlete. He really is. And then you meet guys who aren't athletes, who never played sports, never got competitive, never knew what it was like to say to yourself, well, there's either winning or losing. That's it. And I'm going to win today. And when you said that to me, I started connecting, and I was like, oh man, I'm drawn to athletes. Like, I love competitiveness.
Same.
I love competition. I played tennis with this chick I dated in college, and she wasn't that good, so I smoked her. And she was like, why didn't you let me win? And I was like, why would I ever let you win?
Exactly.
What the fuck are we talking about? I'll fuck you later. I'll come first, and then you won then, I guess. I don't know. Fuck you. I'm not gonna.
I like that.
I'm not. It's crazy. But when you said that, and that's your mentality with this business, I think that's sure. Arnold's mentality.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. It's about competitiveness brings, like, if you have competition, I feel like it brings the best out of you.
Yes.
If you don't have competition, or you don't see anyone as a threat, you might lose that edge that you need, right, to pull things off. And again, it's not even, when I'm meeting other actors who are also very physical, I always tell them, listen, I like you a lot. And there's nothing wrong with me saying, but I see you as a competition, and I want it that way. And I want you to succeed as well, but you push me. I know that someone else is out there who's working hard, who's working for the same job that you want, for the same roles that you want. So I have to push myself even harder. That's the best thing that can happen to you.
Especially when you meet like other competitive people.
Yeah.
It's the fucking best to share that competitive gene with someone.
100%.
And to share the thing that drives you. And then to draw the thing that drives you, to draw it out of them and get their perspective on it. It's the same. You ever see Tyson break down his fighting to people?
Of course.
And he's no, this is what you're doing wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
And you go, he's letting you in on just a few secrets.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Same. And that's how you have to treat it, right? You have to treat it as learning and a growing experience. And not so much as, because I feel like a lot of people can feel like this competitiveness can be equal to bad blood.
Yeah.
Or, he doesn't want to see me succeed or something. Yeah. It's not about that.
No, it's about getting them to inspire you.
Yes, there you go.
It's I 100%. Look at your success as an opportunity. When you look at Arnold as a child and going like, that's possible. When I see Shane doing, I think he's doing stadiums now. Mm-hmm. I always go, yeah, man, that's the driving force. Fuck yeah. Like, Shane's younger than me, so that's a bad example because, we worked together so much when we were younger. But like, when I was younger and I saw like guys like Chris Rock or Kevin Hart is the perfect example.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart changed the way I looked at stand-up.
Wow.
He is, such an inspirational. He changed the way I looked at this business. He changed the way I looked at everything.
Listen, Kevin Hart is not even, I wouldn't consider him in the same genre as me.
Or me.
Yeah.
And I do the same job.
But then, when we shot the movie, this guy is the first, he was in the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I'm telling you, through a shoot, you kind of tire out at some point. And then you keep thinking, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I think I'll take a day off from the gym and go right to set in 2 hours and have 2 more hours of sleep.
Get a good night's sleep, let your eyes look good.
Yeah,
keep going.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about that, but keep going.
But then you see him being in the gym that early every day.
Every day.
Not giving in, not settling down, even though he has that high position already. And you're like, fuck that. I can't stay I can't stay in this bed right now.
Yeah.
I have to go. If he goes, I have to go.
Yeah.
That's what you said about inspiration. Working with so talented people on something, was like a guy like Kevin Hart, and see his work ethic, it inspires you. You take the best out of it, you adapt it to your own life, to your own mentality, and you just keep going.
Kevin Hart he's very precious to me, meaning there's a couple people that I hold in very high regard, meaning if you give me an hour with them, I'm not going to let them talk. I'm going to rephrase that. I'm not going to talk. I want to hear everything they have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin Hart is someone who I find fascinating. As I knew him when we were kids, and I still know him. I saw him when we did the roast. I talked to him for a brief moment, like after the show. He is, and what's so cool about Kev is he doesn't not live his life. He's living a life. He's having fun. He's with his boys. He's having cocktails at night. Yeah. He's playing cards.
Yeah.
But he's up at the crack of fucking dawn working out. He's getting ready for his role. He's preparing as an actor. He's running a lot of the fucking shit behind the scenes. He is a monster. I fucking love that guy.
Unbelievable.
I love that guy so much. He changed the way I did stand up. He did Cedric the Entertainer's. Cedric and Shaq used to do. I told Shaq this. By the way, Shaq's the man. I told Shaq this. He did their All-Star Comedy Jam at All-Star Weekend, Basketball All-Star Weekend. All brothers on stage, all black dudes on stage, and D-Ray, Tommy Davidson, Ari Spears. It was a list of monsters. Kevin went last. Everyone was like doing crowd work. Real dirty crowd work. No slight on them, but doing crowd work, fucking with the room, talking to the room. Kevin Hart went up and talked about his family. And that day, it changed the way I did stand up. So I went, oh, you can also find the connective tissue with everyone in the room, and you can also just relate to them as a human.
Yeah.
And he is.
Yeah.
What was, I skipped over how great Stallone is a little bit, because I know he kind of like shepherded you and took care of you. So
yeah, he did.
Clean that up a little bit and tell me more about Stallone, and then let's go right into Kevin Hart.
Okay, so when that Skype audition went along, and I convinced him after I found my balls again, after they dropped, it was like a kind of, I think it took like 4 weeks till they got back to me, and those 4 weeks were like hell, because you're like praying, hoping, whatever, and the more time passes, it feels like, okay, maybe they're not going to, make the decision for you. And then when that call came and they wanted me to fly over to LA, because they still didn't give me the role, but they wanted to see me in person in LA and to work with the director. That was a crazy feeling. I knew back then that when they see me in person, and
I was about to say that. You were like, oh, you want to see me in person?
Yeah,
you mean my fucking strong suit? You mean my best fucking foot forward? Sure, I'd love for you to see what I look like.
100%. I knew like in person, I'm getting the job no matter what, for sure. So I remember coming to LA and they brought me to the MGM Tower, and I was driving up the lift, with the elevator. And then they brought me to an office, and there he was, Stallone with his cowboy boots. And that aura, man, that was shining through the entire room, shaking hands. And I mean, I was stunned. I was petrified. But, he told me right away, my friend, I flew you over. I put my word on the line for you that you're the guy. You have to deliver now. I said, okay, let's go. No pressure, but I'll take it. And like I said before, pressure brings the best out of me. So I want that.
Yeah.
I want that because I know it gives me the edge. I know that nervousness, that a little bit of anxiety, that adrenaline.
Yes, it does.
I love it. Yes.
It's the thing, I'm saying this to anyone with a young boy. I have girls. I don't know how to raise girls. I still don't. Be cool with them, love them, let them be your best friend, have a fucking blast with your daughters. They're fucking awesome. I don't know about competition. other than to talk to boys. I have a nephew. I had a beautiful moment with my nephew. We went out to go see his baseball game. He was really nervous that we were coming to see him. My whole family was coming to see him. And he had a home run his first at bat. And I told him, I said, buddy, there's two types of people in this world. People, when all the chips are on the line, they can't perform. And then there's people like us. When the chips are on the line, we fucking do the job. We do the job. That pressure makes us perfect like a diamond.
Yes.
My dad did that to me when I was a kid. And I don't know if it was real or not. My dad told me always, buddy, pressure is the thing that makes you fucking achieve. And it's a gift. And I am saying this to anyone with a young boy. I don't know how to raise women. I really honestly don't. Leanne did a great job with our girls. I fucked up a lot. But man, my dad told me at a young age, you love pressure. And I believed it. I believed it my whole life. I love pressure.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
Yes.
And when Stallone says that to you, I immediately say, I remember from my movie, Cale Boyder said, you're in 90% of the scenes. Are you ready for this? And the second he said that, I went, it's what I want. I want all the chips. I want everyone put their money on me. Let me do it.
Yes.
I am so fucking, that's my comfort zone, honestly.
And I had the same feeling because when he said that, I immediately had that thought in my head of, I asked for this. I wanted this.
Yeah.
So how, like, are you crumbling? Like, you asked for this. You asked to be in this position. Now get your ass off and show them. Show them who you are. Prove it to them. Take it. Own it. So yeah, it was always the same with me. And I think that got instilled by my father as well. But like you said, once I knew it is on, or someone actually gave me those keywords of, okay, now it's on, the pressure's on you now. I loved it. And I always thrive on it.
The thing that's so cool about you, and people have to see the movie, but you show up in the movie, and I keep saying this. You know, we were laying in bed, we're watching the movie. Leanne says, who do you think he plays? And the second you showed up, I went, that's him. And I have to say this, and everyone that will see this movie is going to say this. You come out, it's the best way to introduce character I've ever seen. It's the best way to introduce character. Yeah. It makes your character so fucking awesome in this movie. It's such a great goddamn character.
I know.
The only thing I'd say is I'd be like, no mask, please. Okay? Yeah. You show my face. But it doesn't matter. It's like fucking David Bautista.
But you know, the thing with this character is the mask makes him.
Yeah.
You know, there were talks. We had talks. We even shot scenes without the mask.
Yeah.
And who knows how the story unfolds in the future. But the thing is, you know, like the Bane character in Batman. Bane without the mask is not Bane.
No.
There's some characters who...
And by the way, that's Tom fucking Hardy.
That's Tom fucking Hardy.
Tom Hardy's a bad motherfucker.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Tom Hardy.
He's an inspiration to me, for sure.
There's a couple people. Okay, real quick. Top 5 male actors. I'm just doing male. Oof. I feel like there's a lot of testosterone in this room. I just shot it up this morning. The top 5 male actors. And let's just talk badass male actors. Like, I love you, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Is his name Cillian?
Killian,
whatever.
Yes.
He's great. He's a great actor. He's awesome. I actually want to have a beer with the guy. He seems like a real. I don't think we get along all that well. I think that he'd probably roll his eyes a couple and he goes, "Oh, you don't know who Flannery O'Connor is?" I was like, "Is it a girl or a guy?" He's awesome. I'd love to meet him. Cool. Yeah. Leo. Yeah. If we do coke, I'm gonna make you do Arnie. But like Tom Hardy.
Have you seen Warrior?
I'm sorry.
The movie.
Did you ask?
Warrior?
Did I cry through the movie Warrior?
Oh, so okay. Yes,
I cried.
Yes, I said that.
I cried.
See that scene where he comes back, or he wakes up in the hotel, right? And his father's going nuts because he went back to alcohol. Man, that always gets me because of the strong connection that I have to my father. What a movie, man. What a movie.
Jason Statham.
Yes, I agree.
I wish Hugh Jackman was more. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are awesome. They're awesome, but they're not they're not. I feel like I wouldn't have liked them in PE class. You know,
I know what you mean.
Like I think I'd like Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds will probably.
He's fun.
He's a nice guy. I think he's fun. I think it'd be a fun hang. But I think there's a part of him that's like, yeah, I got to go now.
Yeah,
you know, there's a part of. I'll tell you who I think's the coolest fucking dude is who's the Irish guy, gorgeous Irish guy, sex tape with the black chick where his head was shaved. Irish guy, the fucking Colin Farrell.
Oh, Colin Farrell. Yeah, that's
he's a real man.
Yeah.
He's a real man. I looked at a house with him. I looked at a house with him one time.
Yeah.
He was buying it for his sister. I was looking for me. And we did a walkthrough with a real estate agent. It was a couple different people, and he was there, and I just walked room to room and looked at his boots and his necklace and his shirt. And I just was like, he is gorgeous. He's way bigger than you think.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, fucking I love when people are bigger than you think. Isn't that so cool?
Oh, yeah.
When you meet someone, you're like, wait, how fucking tall are you?
Yeah, I know.
John Mayer, 6'4". John Mayer, 6'4". He's your size. Like, how tall are you? 6'5". Okay. Yeah. So, but like, I love
an inch more than me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love. So, who are your favorite male actors?
Well, Tom Hardy is up there. We love Charlie Hunnam because we love Sons of Anarchy. You know, the Sons of Anarchy role, bro. I mean, I've seen it how many times? I think we've seen it 6 times already. The entire show.
Yeah.
And we just keep rewatching.
Oh, you're on fucking the Viking show.
I'm in the
I fucking forgot about that.
Yes,
I totally fucking forgot about that. I'm obsessed with fucking Vikings.
Are you?
Obsessed.
Oh, nice.
Fucking
nice.
all praise Odin.
Yeah.
You know, that was an old school deep cut, the early Rogan days.
Yeah.
He always praised Odin.
Oh, wow.
Joe always praised Odin.
Wow.
That was like, and I remember getting into that, like getting into the fucking, that's a badass. And that's ultimately your lineage, ultimately, is all our lineage is.
Yes.
Is those people who are like, fuck, what else is out there? Let's get in a boat and find out.
Yeah.
How fucking cool is that?
That's why I think, you know, his new show, I think, is called Burn the Boats.
Joe's.
Yes.
Saturday night.
And that's what they did in the past, you know. They're like, fuck it. We're not leaving. Burn everything. We're staying until we win. I love that.
I love that phrase.
Yeah, me too.
I love that.
Yeah.
Such a badass title. Such a badass title. It's better than he was going to call it, These Are My Pronouns. And I'm kidding. Joe's a great guy. I got to introduce you to Joe.
Sure.
Because you and Joe would, real quick, I can already tell you how it would break down. We'd introduce you in the green room, and then you and Joe would peel off to a corner and start talking like this, just whittle down. He'd be like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, let me see what your leg kick looks like." Yeah. So Charlie is a badass dude.
Yes, great actor. But again, Sons of Anarchy is my favorite show, our favorite show, and we'll just love his character there.
God.
Yeah. So
Arnold's got to be.
I mean, Arnold and Sly, I feel like we got to push him in there somewhere.
Bruce Willis.
Bro, like if we, there's not a top 5 now, there's a top 50.
Yeah.
You know?
Bruce Willis, man.
Because I would put Dolph in there too.
But bro, Dolph's, I say this, this is almost gross. I'm 51. I follow Dolph's daughter.
Yeah. Which one? Yes, 2.
Both. Dolph's daughters are fucking legends.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Good looking like him.
Yeah. Fuck.
I know.
I mean, yeah, Dolph's the fucking man.
Yep.
Dolph Lundgren. You'll never know what it was like. Your dad remembers what it was like when he showed up in Rocky 3? 4?
Yes.
That was the height of the Cold War.
But what you said earlier, sometimes you meet those people and they just don't meet your expectations. You like hope for them to be that really cool dude. And Dolph is exactly that.
Really?
So good. Most humble and grounded man I've met, and such a good heart, and so much fun to hang out with him.
Really?
Yeah. It is.
Shit. Our next sponsor needs absolutely zero introduction. You've seen the ads. You've heard us talk about it a million times, and I bet there's a big part of you, pun intended, that wants to try it. I'm talking about Blue Chew. That's right. This isn't your grandpa's Blue Chew. This is the one, the OG chewable tablet for better sex. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part? It's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at a pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be prepared whenever opportunity arises, pun intended. Blue Chew wants you to have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. I'm telling you, it is fun to take one of these at 4 p.m. It is fun to take one of these at 4 p.m. It is fun to take one of these at 4 p.m. Blue Chew wants the entire country rock hard. They told me that. That's their mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code BERTCAST at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's it. BlueChew.com, promo code BERTCAST to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring this podcast. This show is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the global men's lifestyle brand that is revolutionizing the landscape of men's grooming. Today, we're here to celebrate the perfect summer grooming companion that will keep you looking cool even when it's sizzling outside. I'm excited to introduce to you their latest version of the lawnmower family, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, in the new colorway, White Hot, from Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. Step up your grooming game this summer with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in White Hot. Experience precision like never before with the next-gen dual skin-safe blade heads and an updated trimmer blade and an interchangeable foil blade for peak performance. These updated blades are not just for show. They are designed to keep you looking smooth and sleek under the summer sun. First, the updated trimmer blade features longer, wider, and rounder teeth that cut easily through hair. And here is where things get interesting. The foil blade, okay? Crafted to transcend the boundaries of your typical trim achieved with the trimmer blade, this foil blade is designed to leave you with a finish that is irresistibly sleek and utterly bare. I am telling you, man, every time they upgrade this lawnmower, it gets better. Every time they do it, it gets better. I have tried out the new one. We were heading off on vacation. I thought I'd clean myself up a little bit. Honestly, I swear to God, I thought, I can't wait till the lawnmower 6.0. What are they going to do? Shave my balls for me? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. How do you not fuck this up? Like what? Like how do you? Like what are we doing with your career? Like I'm curious. Yes. I want to know about your team. I want to know about like who you have working with you, who your agents are. Like there's so many things to me where I go, like, did you establish it? Kevin's the man.
Yes.
Right. Kate Blanchett.
Bro, like, those are Oscar winners right there next to me. I'm looking like this. Everyone is accoladed. Then this guy comes along.
So tell me a little bit about the making of the movie, because I was making The Machine at the same time. We were in Serbia. You guys were in Hungary, I think.
Yes.
And
Budapest. Yep.
we shot in Budapest. Budapest? Am I saying it right?
Budapest.
Yeah. Shot in Budapest for a week. Didn't make the movie. I fought a bear. It was one of the most unregulated things I've ever done in my entire life. You have no idea how scary that was. And it didn't make the movie. I fought a fucking bear in real life.
In real life?
In real life. By the way, someone get the footage of this. See if you can get the footage from Legendary.
Like Khabib? When he fought
like Khabib.
Kid,
like Khabib. I also want to talk about Conor McGregor. Don't let me stop. Right. And I want to talk about Sean O'Malley. And I want to talk about I want to talk about great MMA boxers.
You got
like, it that I think are fucking legendary. I want your take on them
for sure.
I think Sean O'Malley is fucking amazing. I think what he's doing is so fucking sweet. It's so pretty.
We love to watch him. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. He's what you would call a pure striker. I feel like, just very tech. I love Izzy. Izzy and him, just they are in 2 different weight classes. Those are the most technical strikers I've ever seen when it comes to MMA. Of course, I love striking, so I
Izzy
love that.
is.
It's a bad dude.
All right. If you're a fan of the podcast, you know where we're going right now. I'm telling you a story. Listen, this is my podcast. I pay for this podcast. And so I will share my stories with my favorite people all the time. Izzy, I challenged Izzy to a fight. I had said that I could beat Izzy's ass.
What kind of fight?
MMA. Here's the deal. We both had to drink 12 beers.
Okay.
And then fight. And so it was a joke. It was a joke. And I talked wild shit. I did the same thing with Connor. I talk wild shit just as I'm a comedian. I'm not being serious ever. And Izzy came to my show in New Zealand, and he came up to me. He's got his boys with him. Everyone comes backstage, and he grabs me as to dap me up, but he puts his arm around my neck, and he brings his knee into my stomach real quick and stops it at my stomach. And then in my ear goes, "You still think you could fuck me up?" And I realized at that moment what a woman I was. That I had no power against this man. Yeah. And then me and him that night went out to a bar, got a little fucked up, and stood back to back shirtless in a bar in New Zealand and challenged everyone in the bar to a fight. And then we went table to table, calling motherfuckers out, going, "Stand up, be a man, stand up." No one's standing up to Izzy. I went to the women's tables, but Izzy is the sweetest guy, the sweetest, most genuine, humble. Like, you want him to be the thing he is, and he is. Yeah. He really is. He lives his life fully.
He comes across as a very, just a very spiritual guy that I love.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't give me only, inspiration over how good he is as an athlete.
Yeah.
But about the things he says, the things that coming out of his mouth are always, they have such...
That's me and Izzy. I was fatter then. God, look at my shoulders. They're so sad.
But yeah, Izzy has a lot of substance, when he's on the mic. And I think that's why he's so great as well.
Oh, I fucking love that guy. I'm a ride or die for a couple people.
Yeah.
That's us at the bar that night.
That's the New Zealand bar?
Yeah, that's me and him at the bar. I was very fat back then. Connor has, I watch videos. I watch fight videos a lot. I don't know why. I'm not a fighter, but I think it's beautiful. Yeah. And there was a breakdown, and they said early Connor, and they show Jose Aldo throwing the punch, and Connor just misses it by an inch. He just pulls his face back an inch, and then knocks him out.
Do you know that video of him trying, or that video of him training that exact same move in the locker room before the fight, and then he actually pulls off that exact same punch?
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's training it before the fight in the locker room, like stepping back and counter it with the left hook. And then, a couple of minutes later, he does it in the fight.
What did you think about, as an athlete, what did you think about him in Roadhouse?
I thought it was very entertaining.
I loved Roadhouse.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan.
Same.
I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan.
Absolutely great actor.
And Connor,
the
fucking swagger of him.
He was the fun part of the movie, you know? Absolutely.
He
loved him.
He made the movie. Yes. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal is very talented.
Yeah.
He was awesome in it.
Yeah, I wanted, every time Connor stepped into or in front of the camera, I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
It was really, really good, really fun. And I think they found the perfect role for him.
I can't wait to see more of him.
Same.
I had one of my most gangster moments of my entire life. I've had a couple. I've had really great moments in my life. If I die tomorrow, my funeral is going to be fucking amazing. We were walking. I met Connor in Dublin, and then when I was in New York.
What year?
2 years ago.
Okay.
2 years ago. It's the jacked Connor era.
Yeah.
I remember feeling his shoulder. Heavyweight Connor. See if you can pull up me and Connor. And all I remember is feeling his shoulder. And you can tell there's a difference between a man. There's a difference between a man and a man.
Oh yeah.
And I felt his shoulder, and I went, whew. I wish I'd never said I could fucking slap him in the face. Yeah, that's me and Connor. By the way, I wish I wasn't so fat for all these fucking pictures. But probably 6 months later, I'm walking with both my daughters in New York and my wife. And I think maybe Victoria was there. We're doing we're doing this festival. And Conor McGregor's walking down the street.
In New York
City. And we're walking the opposite direction. And I go, "What's up, champ?" And he goes, "Bert, what you doing here?" I said, "I'm doing press for this thing." And my daughter, and we hang out with Connor for a second. I think we got a picture on the street. Or maybe we didn't. We just left.
Yeah.
And both my daughters go, "You know Conor McGregor?" Ooh. And I was like, "Bitch, if I had boys, you'd be appreciating this moment."
Yeah, I know.
God.
Well, the guy who Izzy had his rivalry with, Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Those are bad motherfuckers, man.
Do you see them? Is it hard watching MMA and thinking, maybe I'm not them, but I don't know, on a good day?
Honestly, I'm just enjoying them.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's never about... Of course, sometimes I think, how would it feel like to actually, go back and prepare for something like a fight? Even though I never did MMA, but it was always boxing. But in the moment, I just enjoyed them, and I enjoyed the crazy things they did. When Izzy had that rivalry and no one thought that, even I thought it would be very tough for him to beat Alex.
Yeah.
And then he beat him in the way he did with that crazy celebration and all.
Yeah.
Those are the moments as a fight fan that I'm living for. I want to see that because that inspires me. That lifts me up to a different level. I just want, when I see stuff like that, I just want to train. I just want to accomplish things they did, great things. So that's how I watch usually fights. I watch fights getting inspired, not to think so much about myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's deep dive your cast. So let's start
Borderlands.
Let's start with Bobby Lee. I mean, I wonder what a guy.
Bobby.
I know Bobby so well.
Yes.
I know him so well. And I love, this house loves Bobby Lee.
Oh, I bet.
We've been Bobby Lee fans for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm curious what it must be like the first dinner. You guys are all in Budapest and everyone sits down for dinner. I'm sure you do like a cast dinner or something.
Yeah, we did a couple of dinners. Yeah.
And you meet everyone. What's that like for you?
The funny thing was that the first meeting I had with him, or where we got introduced, it was on set, and it was the Bobby Lee. It was the version of Bobby Lee that we all know, right? A wild one, all over the place. Tough jokes here and there, making fun about everything and everyone, roasting everyone. But then on our first dinner, which was more like a lunch thing, I think it was on a weekend, and we did escape rooms, in Budapest. And I was on the same team with him.
Wait, who's on your team? Please tell me you, Kate Blanchett, Bobby Lee, and the little girl.
So it was Janina Gavankar, who plays the commander on the bad side. And Ariana Greenblatt, who plays Tiny Tina.
Yes.
It was the four of us. Yeah. I mean, those escape rooms, bro.
I would never want to be in an escape room with Bobby Lee.
I was like, bro, that there are cameras, right? They're still seeing us. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, because I can't go into depth about the escape rooms, but we had lunch afterwards, and I really appreciated that I got I got to know a deeper side of him, where we actually kind of talked like, human beings, where he kind of let his guard down a little bit. And
that's the best part of Bobby.
Yes, because that's the part that not a lot of people know. It makes you so much more appreciative about him. And in the end of the day, we all have a story, right? We all have a story to tell. And it was just fantastic to see his story, his perspective on this journey that I feel like we all are on, that is called life. So I really had good moments with him,
Were you aware of what a legend Gina Gershon was?
Yes. I mean, I wasn't with the entire cast.
Will you click Gina real quick? She is...
That's underrated to the new generation as well, right?
It is. Go to all Gina's movies. Gina Gershon is... Can you... I have a weird glare. Just expand it. She is... I mean, you... God damn it. Gina Gershon is so fucking sexy. She is so fucking sexy.
That's why they picked her for Moxie, you know? Because that character, all the gamers would tell you that...
God, she fucking works.
Yeah.
That's all she does. Blockers was fucking amazing. Oh my God.
I mean, if we're talking about a stellar cast, and that's basically, you know...
Did you... I mean, there had to be a part of you where you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Every single day. Every single day I'm coming to set and I'm seeing all those legends. I'm like, even to him, you know, my brother's with me all the time. Like, bro, like, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like, is this real? Are we part of this? You know, being a main cast next to all those legends.
I mean, are you still scrolling Gina Gershon's Face Off? Face Off?
Crazy.
She is such... I'm obsessed with Cate Blanchett. I have to say this. I love this movie, right? Mm-hmm. Kevin's great. You're great. The young lady is really awesome. Really awesome. I mean, really awesome. We'll know
she's going to be the next superstar.
We'll know her for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
Ariana,
we'll
know her for the rest of our lives. But Cate Blanchett, I mean,
I think it's fair to say that she is top 5, top 3
of people we cheat on our wives with.
Not.
I would put her number 1.
But just female actresses, you know,
without a doubt. Jamie Lee Curtis.
I mean, since I'm, you know, I told her that so many times, you know, one of my favorite movies, because I'm such a big Arnold fan, is True Lies. You know, I was geeking about it.
When she does the dance for him
in
the thong with the earpiece in.
That's sexy. That's fucking sexy.
Jamie Lee Curtis still fucking hot. Heads up. Still fucking hot.
And then, of course, the Halloween movies and all that. So that's a legend in itself. And she won, you know that? She won an Oscar last year. She won an Oscar. So now I can say I've not been with 1, but 2 Oscar winners next to me in a movie.
Did you ever have any cool moments with Cate Blanchett? Like where you, like I got to hang with, I know this is how I interview people. Shut the fuck up. I got to hang with Mark Hamill.
Yes.
And I got to be friends with him and his family. And I had great moments with him that I always share openly. One of the cooler experiences you'll ever get in your life is to hang out with an icon and then see them be real people.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that moment with Cate?
Absolutely. I mean, we had dinners, we had moments on set.
Okay, real quick. Does Cate Blanchett have dietary restrictions?
I mean, she's looking after her. You know,
was she eating, like, when the bread comes out, does she start lighting up bread with butter? Or is she like, actually,
kind of more like that? You know, she wants to keep up that shape that she has.
She's so perfect.
I know.
I hope she hears this. Hey, will everyone clip out that we love Cate Blanchett? By the way,
yes, please.
By the way, brand wise, I'm not supposed to be a Cate Blanchett fan, and I gotta be dead honest with you. The movie starts and I see Cate Blanchett in the bar and the thing. Fucking such a gangster way to introduce this character. Way to introduce this character.
So badass.
Oh, so badass.
Yeah.
And I think Bobby shows up right after it.
I know.
But it's such a badass way. But I said to Leanne, I go, who the fuck? Because, you know, I don't know acting the way everyone does. She goes, it's fucking Cate Blanchett. I go, of course. Pull up her IMDb. So sure, you have dinners with, tell me more if you speak.
So yeah, I mean, the moments on set, the dinners we had, all great. What a profile picture.
What a profile picture.
But I think the moment that stuck with me, because me and her, we had our last day of shooting together, you know? And if you know the acting business, the last day always means something, especially through, a stretch of 3-4 months that you basically are together and shooting all those scenes.
You guys lived together in Budapest.
Yes.
As a family.
Yes.
And during COVID, so there are restrictions.
We only had us.
Yeah, it was just you guys.
Just you guys.
Fucking so lucky.
Sorry. But then, we had like, when our last scene got wrapped, she was asking me for a dance on set to kind of symbolize the wrapping up thing. And we had a dance on set, and then that transitioned into us being at the trailer and having drinks. And I don't think Cate Blanchett is a huge drinker, or you have huge opportunities to, have a drink with her. But that probably, and we had like at least an hour where we kind of spent at the stairs of the trailer and kind of went deep, into talking about life, career, about everything that we went through on that journey. That will stay with me forever.
It's weird.
And we still have videos from that.
You form these. What did she? Ava called it. One of the women on my show, the movie. You form these relationships, which are. It's not. I don't have the words are gonna be wrong. It's like emotional cheating, where you kind of fall in love with each other because you're there and you're so vulnerable. You're crying in front of each other. You're doing all these things together, and it's wild. And then to go back to your real life,
yes,
and then to go, I don't have access to Cate Blanchett the way I did, but we had such a connection for that moment.
Yes,
it's why I forgive Brad Pitt for fucking Angelina Jolie, because I get it. I totally get it. I made out with a chick on my movie.
We all understand. And
I've never kissed anyone other than my wife.
Yeah.
Up until that time. Now I've kissed that woman. I kissed another woman in another movie. In that same movie, I kissed 2 women in that movie. I never kissed someone. And it's crazy. Stephanie and I have a weird connection that we've kissed. It's so fucking silly. But and when I see her, there's this weird thing that you share for work. And I'm a regular person. I'm not ever going to tell you.
Also, you share kind of the exhaustion, the pain you're going through.
Yeah.
While you're shooting.
You see their bad sides.
Yes.
You see their bad sides. You go into hair and makeup, and not everyone's in a great mood.
Yeah. Yep. You know how important it is for women to be styled and have the makeup on. You see those kind of women without makeup on as well. You're right. You see them very vulnerable in a way that probably only their families see them when they are at their house.
What was it like experiencing black people the way you did with Kevin? Like, I'm curious as a German, because I know black dudes, right? And I know Kevin's black dudes. Mm-hmm. It's fun, it's loud, it's wild, and I can only imagine that, like, as a German guy, and I mean, born German, I'd imagine you don't really get to see a lot of the Wu-Tang Clan in your life. And then all of a sudden, Kevin's group rolls in. It's the Plastic Cup Boys.
Yeah, maybe I was. It built up for me because I had the experience with Michael already. Michael and his crew.
How fucking great! Let's take a second.
Yeah.
How great are black dudes?
I mean, they're most fun.
Right?
They're the most fun.
They're the fucking best.
There's nothing. You can't lie about that.
You can almost understand American white guys' obsession with black dudes.
Yes,
because we grew up around it, but then, you're never a part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then as a German guy to see what it's like for guys, and for lack of better words, to have their posse roll in, their group, their gang of guys.
So, listen, that's what I love about, Michael or Kevin. It's their group.
Yeah.
It's their family, the people they fuck with. That's who they are coming with. And I love that, I love that feeling of family, that feeling of loyalty. And I feel like, though, the black community just really has that. And it makes me, feel like I want to be part of it.
We all want to be a part of it. Kev's group is like old school.
Very old school.
That's his guys.
Yes.
And he is, I think,
since day one.
Since day one.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about Kevin Hart.
Please.
I wish we could call him. I don't have his number, or I'd FaceTime. I'm not going to make you FaceTime him. I am curious how you perceive when you're not, for lack of better words, and I apologize if this is offensive, when you're not a movie star.
Yes.
How you perceive a movie star showing up to work. Like this, is there a weird part of you because you are a man and you're a violent man and you are a fucking alpha? Is there a part of you that goes, I'll give him his space, or like if I want to talk to him, I want to talk to him? Because I know I have a weird thing where I show up like my wife says I cast a large wake, in that I'm a very loud dude. That's the reason I'm not a good actor.
I know what you mean.
I can't play like I've said this, and I fucked up, and I apologize to everyone in Hollywood for saying this. I always said I could never play nothing but the leading man. I want to be in charge of everything. When I watched you in that movie, I thought that's a fucking gangster role. Dude, you come in and kind of steal it a little bit, and it's not on your shoulders.
If you know the games, you know that character, so iconic. There's so much more to it than what we maybe have seen in the movie, and in the gaming world, and that world is huge, right?
Yeah,
that character is beloved by
everyone.
Yeah, that's beyond your imagination. It's crazy.
Sidebar: I had a TV show where I just did video games for like 13 episodes, so I'm familiar with the game.
Yeah.
But like, what is it like? What is it like? I mean, I've worked with Mark Hamill, but I have to tell you, Mark Hamill is the most regular human being you'll ever meet. Mark, I hope you hear this with love. To a flaw.
Yeah.
Like he is literally like, what kind of pizza are we ordering? Like, he's a regular guy. He is the most regular, like family. He's a dad before he's anything. He's a dad.
Yeah.
He's a dad, number one. I say then he's a husband. I think then he's a dog lover. And then maybe he's an actor. Like, right? Like, yeah. But like, what's it like working with Kevin?
Well, obviously, coming into this project, I knew how many great people were working on this project and taking part in this project. Like we said, Kate and Jamie, and of course, it's a thin line between being a fan and actually living that out.
Yeah,
and not bothering those people too much with, your presence or too many questions, and kind of fill out, okay, do they like me? Because maybe they don't like me. And then, you just play along and give them their space. So, of course, when I saw Kevin the first time, I was like, bro, fuck, that's Kevin Hart. Like we all would do. And I'm not shying away from that. It's the same with Stallone on every project that I've worked on so far. I feel like the best way to approach those kind of people, give them their space, be who you are, and then let them approach you. Because I know we're working together and we have scenes together, it will happen automatically.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to bother anyone. I'm a huge fan of everyone. I don't want to bother anyone. Well, I don't want to give them the feeling that, is a massive fan on set and he just wants to be around us, blah, blah, blah. So I just kept my composure to the best way I could and was just waiting patiently for the right opportunities to show up. And then eventually, because we trained together, we trained in the same gym, which was an exclusive gym because at that times we had COVID.
Yeah.
We trained at the same times. We had scenes together. So then automatically you get to know his people. So you kind of
There's always one dude in the group who's cool as fuck. Hey, can I get another drink? I would love one more drink. I'm not done talking to you. I'm so sorry. If you have to go, I understand.
I don't.
Okay, can I get one more drink?
But can I ask for one request?
Of course.
I need to pee really.
Go pee. Yeah, right there. Go right there. And by the way, I love your fucking watch.
Thank you, man.
I love your fucking watch. I love your fucking watch. I love your fucking watch. God, that's what a body's supposed to look like. If I were you, I would never wear underwear. I would love to have your body. I would love to have your body.
Just for one day?
Oh, Oh, and give it to my wife. I bet my wife, Leanne, I was taking a nap. We had partied really hard last night. And then I had 2 beers on the plane today, and I slept we have one place in our house that you can really sleep, and I passed out. And Leanne called, and she goes, and Leanne's obsessed with your new movie. She is really obsessed. Like marketing wise, and Leanne has the one thing we share is a little bit of a marketing brain. And Leanne was breaking it down to another movie. She goes, "This is that movie."
Yeah.
Leanne's like, "This movie," she was obsessed with it. She was like, "This movie is going to be so big for a generation. This movie is going to define a generation. This will be like for Island, Georgia, it was the Spider-Man, types of movie. What's where the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
That was their generation. Yes. Peter Parker died, and please tell me this doesn't happen or whatever. And so, but this movie is going to be. And Leanne was like, "This is going to be so big for this generation." And she called me and she goes, "Hey, he showed up early. Head on over to the house." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And now Leanne never sits with. Like, and I was like, "Hey, where's everyone?" They're like, "Upstairs." And Leanne's just sitting here like a schoolgirl talking to you. I was like, "Yeah, you didn't do that to Jelly Roll." She's just, yeah. But your body, what's it like to have your body?
It's nice. It's a nice feeling.
Do you like what you look like?
Yeah. I'm pretty.
When you wake up in the morning,
with
do you sleep naked?
I don't.
That's a mistake.
I don't sleep naked. I just get naked after getting
when
up
you
from
walk
bed.
When you go to the bathroom and you walk past the mirror.
Yes.
Do you get excited?
Yes.
What's the first part of your body you look at?
I can't tell.
I look at my shoulders.
But
I look at my shoulders.
The delts.
I look at my fucking delts. We'll take our shirts off after this. Yeah. I look at my shoulders and I go, nice. My arms, I used to have better arms when I was a kid, and now my arms are they're okay arms. Like if you touch me, I think you go, "Oh, you work out."
Yeah.
But they don't look great. But my shoulders, I fucking love my shoulders.
Yeah, I can tell through the shirt that they're coming through.
Do you ever wear James Purse?
What is that?
Can I introduce you to the best shirt that you'll never buy another shirt?
Yes, please.
James Purse.
James Purse.
James Purse.
Okay.
He's the baddest motherfucker alive. And he made shirts for you. His shirts are made
fitted
for you. They're perfect. These, a fat guy can cheat them.
Yeah.
Me and Joe Coy love them. But like you are when he started designing clothes that was meant for you to wear.
Yeah.
I got to introduce you to James Purse. I'm going to do an Instagram after this. And just have them hook you up with a bunch of James Purse, and then will never wear another shirt. So wait, what does your training look like these days?
Well, also I have to say, since my father trained me at an early age, I'm basically doing this for 20 years now. And I think it's the consistency that makes me look like that.
Really?
It's not just like, oh, I'm playing a role right now and I'm getting in shape for that role. I'm basically in shape 24/7. It's
so funny. When I was at my fattest, if I had a photo shoot or I had anything to do.
How much did you weigh there?
280 pounds.
Yeah.
It's all those pictures you see with me at Izzy. Like those are when I was at my fattest. And I would think before a shoot or before taping anything, I wouldn't eat before the shoot, so I'd look skinnier. Now that I've lost weight, I realize, there was no losing 40 pounds in a day.
There's no
You're going to be
way.
fat or not fat. No one can tell the difference. You might as well eat whatever the fuck you want.
You know how many people are asking me like, bro, I want to look like you. Like, what do I have to do? I always tell them, yeah, no problem. Like, do you have 20 years?
Yeah.
Give me 20 years. It's just tough to get into that shape, but also maintaining that shape. And when you see the role in Borderlands, and I was shirtless 24/7. I keep telling everyone that this was probably the hardest preparation I had so far, just because I had no scene, not a single scene without a shirt on.
Yeah.
So there's no letting loose. There are no breaks. You have to keep up that strict diet, no carbs. because I had to have that six pack.
No carbs.
Yeah.
Carbs.
Right now, I'm eating whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing the press, so I eat whatever I want because I don't have to be as chiseled. But for the Borderlands role, I had to. Yeah.
Did you have weights on set before you shot scenes?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I did all my scenes basically without eating anything.
No, but did you have weights on set? Like,
weights. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What were your go-to exercises before you shoot a scene? And I say this, and I'm ratting you out, Robert. When we did a scene, the guy that plays a villain in my movie, he would do shoulders, buys, and push-ups were his go-to.
Yeah, so I would always go chest and triceps, like push-ups and maybe some dips somewhere.
Yeah.
If you don't have any weights, if you don't have anything else, push-ups and dips is always something you can do. That pumps up your arms, that pumps up your chest, and then you're good to go.
We're getting ready to shoot this casino scene in my movie, and Robert, we have 15-pound weights, and he's doing front raises, and lateral raises, whatever.
Yeah,
and I start doing them too, and I start doing push-ups. We're both shirtless, and Kale, the producer of my movie, goes, "We don't see it.
We don't see what?
Any of these muscles." You don't need to do that. And I was like, no, I don't look better. And he's like, no one can notice a difference. He's like, you might as well not do any of this. Zero difference. And I was doing front row raises, side row raises. And at the time, I think Kev posted a picture of him shooting your movie.
Yeah.
And he was like jacked as fuck. And can you pull that up? Bert and Kevin Hart. I posted the exact same picture of me and Kev side by side. And I looked disgusting next to him. Kev looked fucking great.
Kevin is in great shape.
So when he works out, like really, and not to get too into the weeds in this, but like, what do your workouts look like when you go to the gym in the morning? Do you program your own workouts? Do you have a trainer that gives you workouts? Like, is your dad saying to you, "Look, that's me and Kev"?
Damn. But honestly, it's a decent shape that you have.
That was me close to my. That's probably where I am now. Right now, look at Kev.
I mean, abs are coming through slowly, but they're coming.
They're coming. If I push hard, you can see an ab you can see it on the side. I look better now. My shoulders are so much better. My face is fat as fuck.
I mean, I think just from what I'm seeing on your body structure, I think you could pull it off.
Yeah.
Like a real Terminator shape. I think you can pull it off,
buddy.
No. Hey, everything.
What we should
possible.
Do? We should have you come over to my gym while you're in LA and work out with us.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to see you fucking work out. I'd be like, no, him do it again. But like, how do you program? Like, do you program your own workouts?
Oh, of course.
Really?
I mean, that's how I grew up. You know, I don't need anyone to tell me what I exactly have to do. It's just about, I need a guideline. I need something, a picture, whatever, to see, okay, what is it that you want me to look like? Of course, with Borderlands, I had tons of footage of how the guy looks like, and I knew, okay, this is going to be tough.
Will you pull a picture of him in Borderlands, please?
Because
shirtless.
The Krieg character in Borderlands is just, it's an unreal character. He doesn't exist in the real world. So that's why his shape is unreal as well.
Yeah.
Very thin torso, very defined, huge chest and arms. It's not, there you go. That looks good. So I knew what I had to do. The preparation to it was tough. Maintaining was harder.
Oh, man.
But as you can see, the abs are the key.
That's right by her house.
This picture is actually from 2017 when I tried to still put my feet into Hollywood.
You can click any of the ones you're interested in, Christine.
Okay. That looks good.
I have what they call a dad hernia, where I have like a fucking gill, like a fin that shows up in my stomach because I gained so much weight, my abs separated. And so I'm trying to lose that. But God, that would be fucking awesome. And when you saw Kev work out, did you ever like, was there a moment you guys broed out where you're like, hey, can I show you how to do a squat?
I mean, not showing how, but yeah, we trained together. But it was the moment of him coming towards me and be like, you know what, how about, I want to squat, or how I want to do this exercise. how about we combine and, switch it up together?
It's got to feel great to
It's
be
the
so
best.
competent in a capacity and
Yeah.
have a guy who's so competent in a capacity that you're interested in to kind of share that moment.
Totally. And then it's even bigger when it turns out to be a guy like Kevin. But like I said before, you want to give those people their space. You
Yeah.
don't want to be the guy who's bothering them, who gets on their nerves. And I knew that eventually we'll come together because we're working together, we're shooting together. And, I know that I have good energy. So I was just trusting the process and eventually drag him towards me.
How strong is Kevin?
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't think that.
Yeah, because he's. I mean, everyone thinks Kevin's short, but he's. I say this.
Size
Doesn't matter.
Nah.
He is a strong fucking dude.
Nah, even in a fight, like fight on the streets or something, you would think like the guy who is chiseled wins every fight, and it's just not like that.
No.
It's just not like that. We have seen so many fighters who have not the best body, but they're the greatest fighters.
Yeah. Look
And-
at. I say this with absolute love, but look at Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is
Very
not
good
like
example.
he's in great shape.
Very good
But he's not
example.
like a chiseled jack dude,
Not at all.
and that's the
Do
best.
you know the fighter? He was a heavyweight fighter, Fedor Emelianenko.
Of course, yes.
If you look,
Will you pull him up,
I feel like your body type is pretty much the same.
dude?
as Fedor's.
All those guys I fell in love with. Him, Roy Johnson,
Yeah.
the Big Country from MMA.
Yes.
All those guys.
Tyson Fury
Tyson Fury.
has a body shape like that.
Tyson Fury is my guy.
I bet.
I feel like I would fucking connect with him
Oh
real
yeah.
quick.
No, there's no doubt for sure.
But yeah, I always felt like those are the sneaky athletic guys where you're
Yeah.
like, why the fuck? Especially Tyson. As a boxer, do you look at him? I know he's great. How great is he?
And who?
Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah, I feel like he's top 10 ever.
Really?
Just because the size and his weight and the way he moves, we just haven't seen that stuff from anyone else. Once you have that weight on your shoulder, oh yeah, there's Fedor.
Yeah.
That's a bad man. So it was a regular body, honestly.
Regular body.
Yeah.
Little hips on him.
Yep. This guy went undefeated in the heavyweight division for like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
And was beating really, really dangerous men.
So we'll wrap this up. I have to tell you, I was going to say this to your brother, and I have to share this. Sometimes I get names on the podcast I get excited about, and I do really bad podcasts.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get names on the podcast where I go, wait, what's this? And when your name's very hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
Can you pronounce your name?
My first or my last name?
Both.
So for Americans, it would be Florian Munteanu. Like Keanu Munteanu.
Munteanu.
Yes. But at home, we say Florian Munteanu. It's different. Florian. Americans call me Flo. That's easy.
I like Flo.
Yes.
I like Flo a lot.
That's very
I can't
easy.
wait. I hope you come to this party Saturday night so I can introduce you to
will.
Tommy,
We will.
and I can introduce. I can't wait. But I saw your name on the list of interviews, and I went, I don't recognize that name. Who is this? And they said, he was in Creed 2. He's in the Vikings TV show on Netflix, And I was like, yeah, I don't. And I got nervous. I was like, I don't know what do I talk to him about? And they're like, the reason we booked him is you guys have a lot in common. Trust me. I punched in the movie and I go, and I see the list and I go, this is a fucking gangster movie.
Yeah.
And then I realized we shot our movies at the same time. And I went, oh shit, I know this movie very intimately. I think I ran into Bobby in Budapest at that time. I ran into him on the street.
Yeah.
And I knew about this movie. I knew about I love Kate Blanchett. And then as I do your deep dive today on the last night and yesterday and today on the plane, I start going like, oh, fuck. This is like, but I got to tell you, man, you're really good on a podcast. Like
honestly, you make it easy for me.
I'm bad at this.
No,
I'm
honestly,
really bad.
you make it very. In the end of the day, you bring stuff out of the people who are sitting here. I'm not sitting at every random couch telling stories about my father the way I did. So I gotta, play that back to you. And
but it's you sharing. It's you.
But that sharing comes only if I feel comfortable, if I'm feeling the vibe, if I'm feeling the energy, So
Cool.
That's a talent that you have, and don't underestimate that.
Are you doing Bad Friends at all?
Bad Friends?
Yeah.
Means what?
Are you doing Bobby Lee's podcast at all? Tiger Belly?
I don't know if it's on the list or not.
But he is the best. I fucking love him. So what happens? What's the big goal for you? Where's your career go? Like, what do you want to do? Like, I always say this. I don't say this. Let me rephrase that. My wife has always said this. Put things out in the universe. Let the world know what you want, and that shit comes to you. I have done that my whole life, and I feel like I've been very lucky with it. So what do you want?
It's funny that you say that, because for a long time, I've chosen a different strategy where I thought it's not good to talk about, your goals and dreams and aspirations.
Really?
Yeah, just because I was afraid that other people would destroy them for you. Just take them, destroy them, tell you that it's not possible whatsoever.
Maybe that's what the internet's doing to me.
Yeah.
I have so many people that hate me.
But
and
then,
I go, did you hear my dreams and you just want to shit on them? Don't you want my dreams to come true too?
Yeah, I mean, they listen, they try to take it and tell you that it's not possible because they cannot do it,
Yeah.
And I found truth in it where I just didn't give a shit anymore. It's about me and what I want. And if you really want it, if I really want it, then nobody else can talk me out of my goals, my dreams, or whatever I want to achieve. And it shouldn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
What should matter to me should be my own expectations, what I have to myself and to my goals. So the goal is, I've been on this road now for 6-7 years. But the goal is, and it always was, to not be number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the call sheet anymore. I want to be number 1. I want to be number 1, especially in that action genre. And Arnold is a big inspiration. He did it.
Yeah.
I know that it's possible, even though I'm not American, to be dominant in an American industry, even though I'm not American. So let's see how much time I need, how much time it will take me to get there. But like I said, the goal is to be number 1 on the call sheet, and I will do everything that I need to do to get there.
I'd invest my money in you. I would. I'm not even fucking around right now. Like, I have projects right now where they're asking me, people are investing money in me. And the other day I said, I really believe in this project. I'm going to invest the money in me. It was a weird place to be in. And Leanne, my wife, was like, let's do it. And her confidence in that, I was like, oh yeah, wait, I believe in me. Buddy, I've been with a lot of people. And I've been with a lot of people I'd invest money in. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I would absolutely invest money in you. I'd invest time in you in that I can't wait to see what happens with you. This hang right here has been so pure and so genuine, so real.
100%.
That I go, I can't wait to see a guy like you blow up. Yeah. I can't wait to see a guy like you blow up. I always say this. I said this to my favorite band the other day. I can't wait till they're so big that they don't return my calls. And I got to buy cheap seat tickets and then still love them from afar. Yes. I love that. I love being a fan of shit. Flo, it has been a fucking pleasure.
It was an honor.
Sharing
honestly.
an afternoon with you.
Absolutely.
You are everything.
I got to say your vodka is top notch. And that's coming from someone who truly loves vodka.
Well, my wife has a care package for you.
Oh, I love that.
There will be vodka in it. We have a party Saturday night. I'll get you all the info. Please bring anyone you want to bring. Please bring everyone.
Cool,
yeah.
Cool.
It's you and your brother. You guys roll fucking jump.
And it felt, again, this didn't feel like work. This just felt like two dudes hanging out, talking about life. So that was, I really appreciated that.
Buddy, I'm telling you, a absolute joy talking to you.
Same.
And anytime, any project you ever have, please hit me up. I'd always love to have you on my podcast. I'd love to have you as a guest on Two Bears. Don't worry, it's just water. It's fine. It's close.
Another beer goes.
We've got a cooking show. My wife's got a podcast. And like I said, we're going to hear back from Bobby. You got to do Bobby's pod.
Yeah, I know.
He just wrote, fuck yeah. He just texted me. I just texted Bobby.
Nice.
But dude, continued success. I can't wait till you're such a big star that you stop in here and you go, yeah, I only have 25 minutes for you. I can't wait till I'm on a set with you and you say, please give me my space and I'll come to you. I can't wait for all those great things. I don't think
that would ever happen.
I can't wait for all the great things to happen in your life.
But I'll promise you one thing. I will keep on going till that one goal that I, expressed earlier, till that comes to fruition. I will not stop. And if it takes me, 20, 30 years, that's it.
I just started making money at 50. So
there you go.
Yeah, shit shows up.
Yeah, even your wife told me earlier, it took you a while. It took you I think 2017 or 18.
2017.
Really it paid off. Money. So you're the best example. So I'm looking up to you.
If you love what you're doing, it never feels like work. And then even when you start making money, it still doesn't feel like work at all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look at me. I don't see it from the outside looking in that you see this as something that is a struggle. It's where you want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, from all of it. So dude, continue success. I can't wait. I can't wait till this movie comes out and everyone gets to see how fucking badass you are.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Awesome.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.